rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K, and I want to thank you for joining me for another edition of my Rants and Raves video cast. I'm excited to have a special guest, Marie Dodd, who's the Director of Education Sales for the Flex product from Newline. As you know, I was one of the first people to be able to play with and use the Flex product. But talk about, for those that don't know what it is, Marie, tell them what it is.
Yes, thanks for having me, Gary. Good to be here with you guys. The Flex is an all-in-one solution for having everything integrated in one piece. You've got a desktop-sized touchscreen, 27-inch, 4K with a 4K attachable, detachable camera, 8-element microphone array, and you're going to connect your computer, and it now turns your computer into a giant fully integrated collaboration device. It's really an all-in-one solution, everything you need in the K-12 setting and nothing that you don't.
All right, so a couple of questions about it that I think that are going to come up, obviously. As we go back into live in-person teaching, because this product was designed during COVID, it debuted during COVID, and for remote teaching and remote applications, obvious what the applications are, but for in-person, in-classroom applications, where do you see it fitting in?
Oh, great question. Great question. Well, let's see here. If I show you guys, this is my PC connected via USB-C, and I can launch anything that I'm going to do here. So here I'm going to launch a Teams meeting, and you can see me on camera, and you can see that the view of the camera is pretty wide angle, right? So now everyone in the room in this view is also on camera, and we can collaborate, we can hold class. We can also do anything that we would normally do. For example, open up a PowerPoint and teach from a PowerPoint. Any of our Microsoft Office apps have Microsoft Pen inking tools. Therefore, we can use the Microsoft Pen protocol. And now we can collaborate, and people can not only see this in the room, but they can see it remotely if we continue to have remote learners while we're teaching in class. And we have a number of districts that are continuing to offer in-person class while simultaneously teaching some remote learners who aren't returning yet. So it's really an ideal solution. If I'm not working with anyone remotely, then I can just go ahead and plug in my computer, and now this is my laptop, just only bigger, right? And
touchscreen. It turns any laptop. One nice feature about it is a lot of schools use Mac, and it turns any Mac computer into a touchscreen monitor.
Exactly right. So here I'm in my my browser, and you can see that now I'm just going to my favorite websites, launching my favorite content, but it's a touchscreen, right? And so all of the components are really high-end components. With the 4K display and the 4K camera, 8-element microphone array, and the audio is just fabulous. But if I'm just using it not in a remote situation, then yeah, I've got my computer, all my content, now it's a touchscreen. And more, I think what we're seeing in the K-12 environment is people want interactivity, not only with their learners in the room, but also just, I want touch capability with all of my content. I'm used to that on virtually all of my other devices.
So I know that it's a single connection. Now, I guess I should back up. It has a slot, an SMD slot, to be able to put a computer in it, correct? Like you could have an onboard computer inside of it, or connect a laptop, Mac, PC, whatever, even Chromebook through USB-C. So two questions. Is the computer that goes inside the slot, is that available yet? Is it Windows? Is it Android? What are the options there? And then the second question is, when I'm using an external laptop to connect to it, USB-C, can it power the laptop as well?
Great questions. So I'll take the first one first. It does have the SDM slot. And so we are getting ready for an SDM module that we are developing as a proprietary version. If you already have an SDM module, you can pop it in there. I think we are seeing a little bit of a delay on our own SDM module strictly because of all of the global supply chain issues that I'm sure everyone is familiar with. So we announced the introduction of the Flex, I think right around December of 2019, and began shipping it out in January of 2020. The first couple of shipments were completely pre-sold before they even landed here stateside. And so there's just been an incredible demand. People know that they will be able to insert their own SDM module or ours once we release it. And we think that we're getting pretty close to that. So, pray to the logistics powers that be, and we should have those pretty soon. Now, as far as the USB-C power, it does connect to from your computer to the Flex unit via USB-C. That cable comes with the display. And if your computer has USB-C power, if it is that type of reception in your USB-C port, then you will also be able to power up your computer via that USB-C connection to the Flex. But for those that may have, especially in the K-12 environment, we have a lot of teachers that don't have maybe the latest, greatest PC. Maybe I've just got an HDMI and USB connection, and that's completely fine. I can connect with those two directly to the Flex as well.
And that gives it, because USB gives you the touch capabilities there, and the video would come from HDMI. So you can learn more about this product at newline-interactive.com. The product's called the Flex. It's a great product, great add-on for K-12. It's going to be very popular in education. In room, it creates a touch display and allows you to take a lot of classrooms don't have interactive projectors or monitors. This allows you to turn that monitor that's sitting in the classroom into an interactive display. And then, of course, we're going to have hybrid learning for a while some students are back at home learning, and some are live, and then they're switching places maybe every Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday and Thursday. And that gives the connectivity of the people who are remote, the kids that are remote, can all be managed through the Newline Flex. So check it all out at newline-interactive.com. Marie, thank you very much for joining me today.
Gary, thanks for having me. Good to see you.
And thanks everyone for joining me on my Rants and Raves podcast, video cast. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the upcoming shows this fall.
rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and